Hello, it's Jeeva here. Today, 30 minutes sessions will be focusing on home workout for your lower body and core, especially if you are at the moment have sensitive knees. This is very low impact. This will be working on strength, flexibility, and mobility at the same time, and you can do this every day. So let's get started. Join me on the mat. So in the first exercise, let's just sit with your back as straight as you can. With straight knees and keep the toes always curled in. We have the hands slightly behind, enough just to support, and keep your shoulders always relaxed. Now we're gonna be lifting one leg at a time, maintaining the toes curled in. To open these legs to 90 degrees and keep your back straight. On the exhalation, bend forward between the legs. And inhale, lifting the back, lifting the leg, bring them in together. And do that again. One leg at a time. This will warm up our hamstrings, our hips flexions, but you have to keep your ribs drawn in. And you're gonna be lifting in and out 5 times each leg. Inhale, lift the leg with the knee locked. Exhale, drop your leg and bend forward. Keep repeating and really focusing on your breath. And even if you cannot lift the leg too high, please make sure your knee is completely locked. In this next exercise, we're gonna be really focusing on your thighs, your quadriceps, your core. So really keep your core, your ribs drawn in all the time. Now slightly lay the hands behind you, just to slightly support. Now keep your shoulders always down, far away from your ears. Every extension of your knee, try to squeeze your thigh up there, and the more advanced you are, the longer you try to hold the leg up there. And keep every exhalation you extend the knee. Okay? Pull the ribs in is a must. Each side should be done 15 reps. Now the more advanced you are, the longer you hold the leg up there. And when we're done with this, we're gonna just separate the feet a little bit wider and bring your knees side to side just to release the tensions from the workout. Now let's begin the next one, but this time we're gonna do 2 legs at the same time. Similar with the first one, but this one is a little bit more advanced. So you really have to keep those ribs drawn in and squeeze your thighs up there. And probably you won't be able to kick those legs as high as I do, but it doesn't really matter. Just observe your progressions, and that is the most important thing. And very important as well is when you kick out, try to squeeze your thighs up there and be patient. That's it. Moving to the next exercise, we will be working on the bridges. So focus on behind your thighs. Start off laying on your back. Bend your knees and put the weight and the pressure on your heels. From here, have your elbows bent and squeeze your upper back. Lift the tailbone before raising your hips up. Squeeze your inner thighs. Squeeze your glutes up there. The better you can do is to hold it up there for 3 seconds before dropping down. And we will be doing this for 12 to 15 reps. Inhale when you drop on the floor. Exhale, lifting up. Squeeze your core, squeeze your bum. And keep moving. Remember, put the weight on your heels. So we will be moving into the next exercise. You can choose to keep doing that previous one, or you choose this one because this one is a little bit more advanced. We will do one leg at a time, which means you will have to work a little bit harder. So it's kind of the same movement, but you just draw one knee up to your chest while pressing the other heel down onto the ground. But remember, before lifting, try to tuck the tailbone down so that we don't create more pressure on your lower back. And your elbows by your side to support your thoracic spine. Alright, so keep moving and don't forget to breathe. Moving on to the next exercise should be core work. So it will be the reverse crunch. Here I have 2 variations. The first one for you is the supported one with your hands tucked below your sacrum, which is quite lower than the lower back. So bend your knees slightly, lift up until your knees draw towards your chest and tap your heels slightly to the ground. With a higher advanced option, you can have your hands below your head while lifting the head and the shoulders off the ground, and keep moving the legs in the same way. Moving on to the next one would be the single leg sit up. Settling up by having your one leg bent, one leg straight, and the arms over your head. When you try to sit up, try to touch your toes. Inhaling on the way down, exhale on the way up to contract the abs. I have another modification here on this small window on the right corner above. Take a look if you need. Keep doing for 12 to 15 reps. When you're done with this, we're gonna end up having a stretch for your hamstring. Whatever leg is extending, we will hold that leg and try to pull it towards your chest. Breathe for 5 breaths. And then switch to the other side. This exercise is not only good for your core, but also improve your flexibility on the hamstrings. You will like it. Actually, you'll need it. Don't forget to finish this exercise on this leg with a hamstring stretch. Catching the ankle, pull the leg towards you and breathe for 5 breaths. Okay, moving on to the next exercise would be frog bridges. So, sitting up by laying on your back, bend your knees. With your heels together, your toes are quite apart. Tucking the tailbone down, raising your hips up and down. This works on the gluteus maximus. Don't forget to keep the core slightly in. Lifting up there, squeeze your core, squeeze your glutes will be a must. When this is done for 12 to 15 reps, you want to end up holding the posture in the air for around 5 to 10 seconds. And keep breathing. So let's move to the next exercise. We're gonna work for the muscles in the front, which is your core. So I have the flutter kick exercise here. The first option, which is the easiest one, is your hands below your lower back. Or you can have another more advanced choice, which is laying flat on the ground with your hands either below your lower back, or even more advanced is your hands behind your head. And whatever you choose to do, keep your ribs really draw in and engage your core, because that's what we are working on. So whatever choices you make, please keep doing while I am speaking here, because you need to do this for a minute at least. And just be patient. Don't forget to breathe. So right after this exercise, we're gonna have the butterfly stretch to stretch your groin. Sitting on your butt, knees apart, feet together. Keep your spine as neutral as you can as you rock back and forward a few times. Move to the next exercise. We're gonna work on the hip abductions. So we will be working on the gluteus minimus, gluteus medius, and the TFL. Laying on your side, your elbows stacked right below the shoulder, you're bending the bottom knee, straight leg from above, lifting the upper leg as high as you can while maintaining your hips square. So you will kick by using your heel. Lifting and squeezing your bum in the air would be recommended. We will be doing this for 15 to 20 reps. So when you've done with 15 to 20 reps, please go ahead switching to the other side. Laying down on your left side, stacking the left elbow right below the left shoulder, and do not have your shoulders collapse. Inhale, lifting your leg and squeeze your obliques and the side of your buttock in the top, and exhale, slightly lower the leg. Keep doing with a stable pace would be encouraged. And the next exercise should be side laying hips adductions on your right side. So which means we want to work on the inner thighs. So this time lay on your right side, setting up similar with the previous exercise, but this time the bottom leg will be lifted, and whatever leg is lifted, try to keep that knee locked and lift by using your heel. When you're done with 15 to 20 reps, go ahead switching to the other side. And whatever we do, try to not collapse the shoulder. Stacking the shoulder right above the elbow would be encouraged. If you find it so hard to lift the bottom leg with knees straight, try to have your legs go a little bit to the front of your mat, just 20 degrees. Okay? The next exercise is the resting half frog we will be working on hip internal and external rotation. Start laying on your belly in Sphinx positions by having your elbows shoulders width apart and right below the shoulders. Lift your chest, elongating the neck, and bring your left knee to the left side and make the knee to be 90 degrees. Alternately, lifting your heel towards the ceiling, squeeze your hips up there and drop it down. If possible, lift the knee. By doing this, you will internally and externally rotating your hips. If possible, squeezing in each position for around 3 seconds. And the next one is the donkey kicks. So we will be doing the right leg first, settling up by having your elbows on the ground and your left knee is stacking below the left hip and bending your right knee. Try to lift the heel towards the ceiling. Squeeze your butt in the top. Keep the belly button pulled into the spine. And to really have a good mind and muscles connections, try to squeeze in the top for around 3 seconds would be highly recommended. So after you finish 15 to 20 reps, we're gonna be moving right away with the same side to the next exercise, which is 5 hydrants. Try to do 15 times, lifting your knee to the right. Try to make it parallel to the ground while maintaining your knee an angle of 90 degrees. Similar thing to have a mind and muscles connections. Squeezing your buttock in the top for 3 seconds. And this exercise is focusing on the gluteus medius. And the next one would be right away. On the same side as well will be the 5 hydrants with a little bit more advanced. It's gonna be extending the knee, so you keep staying the same setting up. You just have your 5 hydrants hold there and kicking the leg in and out for 15 reps. Be very patient. This is very hard, but it's gonna build a very strong glute for you. Better is to not lean your hips to the opposite side. Would be very encouraged because it's gonna work really good on your core. Enjoy. After finish this whole thing on the right side, we will have a short floater stretch. So we will extend that right leg back, open your chest, extending the right arm over your ear. Push the hips forward and open your heart completely. Have a big stretch on the hip flexions. And after that, place the hands down on the ground and we will have that right shin place in front of your mat and keep the back toes tucked in under will support your knee. This is sleeping swan positioned. So you will just have your hips square and bending forward. So we stay 5 breaths here. And then we're gonna just bring that back leg to the front. Keep it straight as you can and pulling it towards you as much as you can. 5 breaths here. And after that, we will just bend that left knee and cross that left ankle over the right knee to twist to the left side, holding that left knee with the right hand. Look over to the left shoulder. Stay 5 breaths. After that, we're gonna just have that left shin stack above the right shin so that the heel above the knee and the other knee below the heel. If you can bend forward, that's even better. This will help us to have a better mobility for the hips. So we'll be staying here for 5 breaths. And then moving on to the next one. So let's just release your legs. We're gonna do the whole thing on the left side. We'll start off with the donkey kick back, 15 reps on the left side. So with the elbows stacked right below the shoulders width apart, and bending your left knee and using the heel to raise the heel towards the ceiling. Squeeze your buttock in the top for 3 seconds and pull the belly button into the spine is a must, so that you will just work on isolation these glutes and not bringing more excessive current from your lumbar spine. After that, we're gonna just go ahead to the 5 hydrants. The 5 hydrants is you wanna be from that donkey kick back. You just stay the same. You just lift that left knee to the left side. Try to raise as high as you can. Squeeze your buttock in the top as same thing, and keep the knee 90 degrees and just be patient. 15 reps as well. And move on to the next exercise right away with the same side will be the 5 hydrants with knee extension. So holding that 5 hydrants with the left knee stay as high as you can away from the floor, we will just extending this knee. So kick in and out for 15 reps while maintaining the ribs draw in, core tight, and try not to lean on one side. Will be highly encouraged. Finish with all of these things, we'll have a short flow stretching on this left side. Same with the other side. We're gonna have a gate position with a belly stretch. So extending that left leg with the left arm stretching over the head. Open your chest. Push the hips forward. Stay for around 5 breaths. And then we're gonna bend that left leg and drop your left shin in front of your hips. And have the hips square. Tucking the back toes under. Slowly bend forward and resting the elbows on the ground. This will stretch your left side of your buttock while slightly stretching the right hip flexions. So we're gonna bring the back leg to the front and try to catch your ankle with both hands, maintaining your back as neutral as you can, while on your exhale pulling the leg as close as you can towards your torso. Stay for 5 breaths. After that, we'll just bend that right knee and crossing that right ankle over the left knee and twist to your right side, hooking the left elbow onto the right knee. Look over to the right shoulder. Stay 5 breaths. Coming back to the center and try to place the right shin over the left shin, and better to have the right heel above the left knee and vice versa. If you can't, slightly bend forward, resting the elbows on the ground. If you cannot do this, simply just sitting with legs crossed and bend forward is also a suggestion. Next one, we're gonna just have a child pose with your knees slightly apart and allow your chest to be sinking down deeper to the ground while straightening the arms over your head. Try to stay for around 5 breaths. And we move to the next one. We will lay on the back and try to have your lower back completely attached into the ground. So with the modifications, your hands can be below the butt or simply just lay and resting your hands on the floor if you can keep your lower back sticking to the ground. So this exercise will be working on the inner thighs and the hips mobility. So we'll have your legs circle around and bringing in. We'll be doing this for a minute. Keep breathing and follow your ability. Feel free to slightly bend the knees if it's so hard for you to keep those legs straight and 90 degrees towards the torso, because not everyone have a completely flexible hamstring, right? So feel free to bend your knees slightly. Followed right after this is gonna be the laying frog posture to stretch these hips flexions. So we're gonna be laying on the back and open your knees with the feet together. We'll just stay there for like 5 breaths. And after that, we'll have a happy baby pose. So we'll open the hips, catching the ankles with the ankles stacked right above the knees, relaxing your hips, relaxing your shoulders. It's a complete relaxed posture. 5 breaths there. Come after with this is the number 4 stretch. By stacking the right ankle over the top of the left knee and pull the left knee towards your chest. This will help you to stretch your right butt. And we're gonna stretch a little bit more on the left leg's hamstring by straightening that left knee and pull this whole left leg towards you. If it's so hard for you, feel free to grab a strap. On the exhale, let's release everything on the ground and keep the left leg straight. We're gonna have the right knee bend. On the exhale, drop the right knee to the left side to twist. Look to the right side. Keep your right shoulder stay on the ground. This will help us to stretch the right lower back. And bring those legs to the center. Keep the right ankle over the left knee. As we're gonna exhale, bring both legs to the right. Look to the left side. Stay for 3 breaths. So bring everything back to the center. And then repeat this whole thing with the other side. Start with number 4. Stretch. Place the left ankle over the top of the right knee. Hug this whole right thigh towards your chest, enjoying the stretch on the left butt. And then straighten the right leg. Stretch your right hamstring as well. Pull it closer if possible, otherwise feel free to catch a yoga strap. And exhale, release those legs on the ground. Keep the right leg straight, bend your left knee. On the exhale, twist to the right side, dropping the left knee onto the right. Look to the left shoulder. This will stretch the left lower back. And inhale, bring everything back to the center. Keep the left heel over the right knee. On your exhale, send those knees to the left side. Look over to the right shoulder. Stay 5 breaths. And then inhale, bring everything back to the center. And then release everything. We're gonna just hug those knees to the chest and circle around. And chilling down here until as long as you want. Alright guys, so I hope you find this video helpful for you. Please, if you feel it's helpful, please leave me comments and don't forget to subscribe so that I can keep sharing